Yo, yo, yo. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Max&JuanCast Week 17 recap with the best co-host in the world, my man, the myth, the legend,
Legend? Legend?
Maximilian.
A1. A1. What's going on, bro? New year, new me. This isn't 2K1, but I'm going to say it anyway because that's what you used to say there. I'm doing good, bro. How are you, man? It's good. It's good to see a new year, F 2021 or the end of it at least with COVID. But how you doing, bro?
I'm doing absolutely amazing. Fantastic. I couldn't wait to start the show today. I've been fucking wired, bro, since 1 o'clock.
Oh, yeah. I wonder why.
Okay. As you can see, I'm repping tonight. Ain't no fucking way around it,
Ain't
dog.
no anyway.
ain't,
Yeah.
ain't no fucking anyway. But let's get the show started with the intro. Let's get it. So don't forget to subscribe on YouTube if you guys are new. I know we had a big little view count on our last one, 40 plus views.
Yeah?
So yeah,
Hey, look at
a lot of people like the New Year one, man. So shout out to everyone that's been supporting us lately. Shout out to all the audio listeners. We don't forget about you guys. Welcome to the show. We appreciate you guys. Go ahead and hit that like button, man. Hit the subscribe button if you guys haven't already. 5-star rate, all that good stuff. Comment down below. That helps out too. Whichever way, man. We're grateful for anything. But week 17. Let's go ahead and steer this, Max,
Don't you
to
do it, one. Don't you
the
steer to
standing.
that silver and black. Yo, dude, how do you feel that like there's one more week of football?
uh
Feels a little weird. Cause
it
like
is
you were
it
saying today, if the season ended today,
yeah.
Raiders are in the playoffs, baby.
I mean, I I don't like it, but then again, I like it because if the Raiders were in the other position where the week actually helped them out, I would have been like, "Oh, I love the freaking second week of the extra week of the season."
Hey, can we
But
go can we go full screen again, one? Just cause
yeah,
I know they love our faces, but I like to
I
see
got you.
because I'm blind. Wow. So Kansas City fell to the 2 seed today. I'll do the AFC. So the Titans and the Chiefs are 11-5 in the first and second seed. Cincinnati, coming off a huge win against Kansas City, is 10-6. What are they? 10-6? Yeah, they're 10 and
Yeah,
6.
so
Sorry about that. Buffalo Bills 10-6. They are winning their division. Patriots 10-6 also. So if Buffalo loses and next week the Patriots win one, they will be in sole command of the division. So Buffalo has to
yes,
win to keep the division. Okay.
yeah.
And then we have the Colts coming off a loss to the Raiders today at 9-7, Chargers 9-7, and then the Las Vegas Raiders, who own the final playoff spot right now, 9-7, and the Miami Dolphins coming off a big L to the Titans at 8-5.
Well, they're
Baltimore,
eliminated.
I'm
They're
sorry, eight and
yeah,
eight. They're eliminated.
yeah. So
Wow.
Miami and Cleveland got eliminated today. So now it's left with the Ravens and the Steelers. Steelers have to play on Monday night still. So I believe if they lose, they're probably out of it. I don't know.
I
Their
would
tie
I
is
would think
weird.
so. That tie is bullshit.
Yeah. But it might be good for them. It might wind up saving them. But just a couple things that popped out to me today. The Tennessee Titans, man, without Derrick Henry, AJ Brown missing a bunch of games, Julio Jones missing a bunch of games. Here they are, 11-5, top of the fucking AFC, bro. I got to give a big shout out to Mike Vrabel, big shout out to Ryan Tannehill, all the coaches on the coaching staff, just the team in general, bro. That's fucking remarkable. I mean, they've only lost 5 times, Max. That's it. Like, you would think they'll have like a little drop off. No, like they're still winning games.
I mean, you can go even deeper. One, think about the last 2 first-round picks they've had. They've gotten literally 0 out of both of them. They're just a well-coached football team, and there's not a team that needs a first-round bye more than them. If they can get Henry back, get Julio some rest, and get a couple guys back, they're going to be scary. And right now, they've played themselves to the 1 seed. So if they win next week, they have it.
Yeah. But
And hey, they didn't play a slouch opponent this week. One, they played the hottest team in football, arguably, coming off 7 straight wins, or was it 8?
yeah, but I think the Dolphins got put to sleep today, man.
I
They
100% agree. Bad Tua today. Bad Tua game.
I mean, it's not all on Tua though.
No,
I
it's
mean,
not.
I didn't think they were a good team. I think they were playing some bad opponents. They took advantage of their schedule, and that's that. Like, they played a bunch of backups. The best quarterback that they played was Lamar Jackson, and he had
On Thursday Night Football.
one of the worst games of his career. They're out here playing Ian Book, Joe Flacco, like backup after backup after backup, and it caught up to them today. Like, Ryan Tannehill's a starting quarterback. The Tennessee Titans are a good team.
Yeah,
They got mollywopped on the field today,
they
and it
did.
showed.
Well, it was kind of a tale of 2 halves for the Dolphins, like in their whole season. They started off 1-7. I gotta commend Brian Flores for coaching them up, and they finished respectable. A lot of teams would lay down and die one playing that badly, but not
Yeah.
them. So I know they got their ass whooped today, but overall, pretty crazy season for the Dolphins, man.
I mean, really just a silver lining for them, though.
Yeah,
Maybe this is the difference between getting Deshaun and keeping Tua.
I yeah,
Like
they have
like
the
let's say,
draft capital. They
like,
have good
okay,
players.
but let's put this in perspective, Max. So Tua, let's say he wins out. He won this game and the next game.
Mhm.
Like, Dolphins are probably in the playoffs.
I'm
Does
not
that
excited
keep?
about
Yeah,
Tua.
that keeps
Not excited.
Tua's job. That keeps, like, that. Then there's an argument. Then there's someone in that building saying, "Well, what the fuck? Why don't we just keep Tua? We made the playoffs." You know? So it's
Yeah,
kind of like a blessing in disguise for them, where now I think it's full throttle. You have to go for Deshaun Watson.
yeah,
Pending all the legal stuff, of course.
yeah. Of
Taking the
course,
legal
of
stuff
course.
out of it, just looking at it from a
Well,
player's
I
perspective.
think the quarterback position's not solidified, is what we glean from this. It doesn't matter if it's Deshaun or if it's Matt Corral or Sam Howell. It's
Yeah.
just not Tua. In my opinion, it's still not Tua. And I don't care when he threw 15 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. How many times did he make throws that changed games for them? Not
None.
many.
Yeah.
Not many at all.
That whole winning streak was based on their defense.
Yeah, it was their defense and just like you said, subpar competition. And they did what teams are supposed to do. You're supposed to beat teams you're better than.
Yeah.
In the beginning of the year, they weren't, and they turned it on the second half of the year.
But we'll see where they go, like,
Yeah.
after this, man. If they don't get Deshaun Watson, do you keep Tua? Would you keep Tua?
I wouldn't keep Tua regardless. I don't think Tua's the answer. I think you can win with him. There's no doubt you can. They just did, but you have to play a certain brand of football. He doesn't elevate your football team. They were winning in spite of him a lot of times. I mean, how many times did you watch him throw to the ball to somebody in the flat and let them run and get yards? That's
Yeah.
not quarterbacking. Like, I understand that's an aspect of it, but that's not winning games with your quarterback. It's not like, hey, we picked you 5th in the draft to fucking manage the game. No, nobody
Yeah.
gets picked 5th in the draft to manage the game. You get
Yeah.
picked 5th in the draft to change a team's franchise. Tua hasn't done none of that.
And I think I'm always saying this about teams, man, where a big problem for NFL teams are ego. And specifically, like, a GM or even an owner at times, like in the Cowboys situation with Jerry Jones, how he has his hands in the mix with football operations. But it's big ego involved. Like you just said, you draft the guy at 5. This is a guy where he was sought out to be better than Justin Herbert at the time. They picked
Yeah.
this guy over
Tank for
Herbert.
Tua? That was a
Yes,
big
tank for
narrative. Tank for
Tua.
Tua.
So when I say it's a big ego trip, it's like you have to be the man and look in the mirror as an organization and be like, you know what? We were fucking wrong. We were wrong. We drafted the wrong guy. Our draft analyst was not good, and we need to move on. And a lot of teams flat out just don't do that. They either don't
Yeah.
do that or they do it way too late. And I think
It's
this is a
it's funny one because you think about a team like the New York Giants. I feel like they're in the opposite, where their whole fan base wants them to get rid of a quarterback me and you kind of like.
yeah,
And I think it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Will the peer pressure succumb the Giants like leadership and Dave Gettleman say, hey, let's get rid of Daniel Jones? When me and you don't think Daniel Jones has been the problem,
right.
and now we have a guy in Tua who the fans seem to like, who mean you're like, I wouldn't be thrilled keeping him. So I
And
think it's just a little interesting parallel.
you know what though, and I 100% agree with you. I'm on board for regardless their quarterback should not be Tua next year, and if they don't get Deshaun, they should pivot somewhere, whether it's a rookie, whether it's another guy that winds up coming
But I
available.
don't think you have to like sell the farm or I would say the quarterback position, it's not where you want it to be, but it also could be worse. I will say that for
Yes.
Tua. You could be worse. You could have Davis Mills. You could have Mike Lennon. You
Yeah.
could have the carousel of quarterbacks and on the Jets, excluding Zach Wilson. Tua's dependable. He's okay. He's not. You don't win a Super Bowl with Tua at quarterback unless you have a historic defense. So
Right.
yeah, I would continue to evaluate it, but I just want to say that for Tua, it could be a lot worse. He has not been catastrophic losing them games
Yeah.
for the most part.
And I think this is a great transition to go to a team where it's kind of been the same kind of scenario. They're just maybe a season or two ahead. And that's the Cleveland Browns, another team who got eliminated today before they even played their game. This is
Yeah,
a team,
that's
Max.
pretty bad for Cleveland one.
This is a team, Max. Me and you were both high on. You know, the defense was a work in progress, but they had the talent on paper. They were the quote unquote paper champs. This is what you like to call paper champs.
Hmm.
And I think the most glaring issue, especially after with this whole Odell thing, which is coming into more of the light of Baker's the problem. And maybe they keep Baker? Like, this is another situation where you got to admit you were wrong. I know it sucks that you got to start over. It fucking pains you, but I think you have to do it.
But
Like, I
one,
think he's the glaring problem.
how many times, especially with the number one pick? I think with Baker, it's even worse than Tua because Tua, he's the fifth pick. You can kind of be like, well, we just kind of got him, fell into our lap. You can't, with the first pick, it's a lot harder to spin than the fifth pick. I know it's only a few picks before, but I feel like Baker's even more entrenched there. And
Yeah.
honestly, I didn't like a lot of what I saw from Baker. I mean, I think we could just write off the rookie year. Like I know he threw for a lot of touchdowns. He threw 14 picks. He's thrown for 15 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, and one. I don't care about that. I'm just giving the stats so people know. He gets
Yeah.
managed. They
Yeah.
want to make sure he doesn't ruin the game.
Right.
And it's just you can't win with that. You can't win when you're so scared your quarterback's going to F up the game.
I think one thing that saved them though, Max, was the playoff run that they had last year, beating the Steelers and then honestly competing with the Chiefs. They were a fourth down stop away from getting to the AFC Championship.
But they also knocked out Mahomes, which was unfortunate.
Right. No, but
And it's just, yeah,
the
I
game,
understand.
the way that Baker played though, me and you were both like, where the fuck has this Baker been? You know? So I think the Cleveland Browns really looked at it that way too. Like, oh shit, like maybe this guy has something that's untapped that
I
we haven't
think
seen.
I think you go into the season with him at quarterback one. You don't give him the fifth year. You don't give him a contract. You know what? If he's the guy and you guys want to go one more year with Baker to find out, I understand. I get if you want to talk yourself into one more year of Baker, but by no means can you give this guy money one. You can't cripple your team by giving him a contract. You
Yeah,
can't
I
do it.
think you
He
gotta
hasn't
let him
been good
go.
enough.
You gotta let him go. And it's just gonna add on the list another team That's going to be in the QB hunt. There's a lot of teams that are going to be in the
Well, I
QB
think it's
hunt.
worse for the Browns one because all the quarterback stuff. And honestly, if you ask me or you, maybe after Baker's rookie season, I said this is probably the team that feels the best about its rookie quarterback
Right.
and how quickly times have changed.
Yeah. And like the Browns this year were supposed to be on what the Bengals are this year.
Yeah, the Bengals stole their thunder, no doubt.
Totally. You look at this game today. They beat the Kansas City Chiefs at relatively full health. They had back on Kelsey, Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes, and they crawled their way back into this game. Like they were down by what? At
14
least
0,
yeah,
14-0, I think.
yeah, I think it was like 17 or 14 points at one point. And they just kept on climbing back, man. And the Bengals have shocked me, man. And it's the way that they did it. Before this game, I went into it like, you know what? They're young. And I know they beat Baltimore, like kicked their ass, but Baltimore, all the COVID stuff. I know they swept Pittsburgh and it's a big deal, but Pittsburgh sucks. Today really showed me something, man. And it's the ability to run with the big dogs. Like they competed and they have a bright future, man. Like Jamar Chase, Jesus Christ, man. He is fucking good, dude. Like what you think of that game, Max?
I think you said it really well, one, that the Bengals can hang with the big dogs. And we thought the Browns were going to be that team coming off their playoff run where they beat Pittsburgh, lost to the Chiefs. This Bengal team's the best team in the AFC. What, North? It's the North, right? Yeah.
North.
And they proved it. They've already have the division wrapped up. And I mean, could it be any more perfect for them? Because Joe Burrow's been taking and beating the whole freaking year. He twisted his knee the last play. Joe Burrow, have fun not playing next week. You deserve it. But I have to say, I'm still a little skeptical of them. I feel like they're just a year early one. They're a little year
Yeah.
early. But I like what I've seen. Burrow is the real deal. He's everything Baker was hyped up to be as a quarterback after his rookie year.
Yes.
Burrow's the guy. He's the best quarterback
Burrow's
in
the
the
guy.
division.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he's better than Lamar.
And Jamar Chase is the best receiver in the division. And the Bengals have a very good football team. And Zach Taylor, you got to tip your hat off to him. We were
I
skeptical of him.
yeah.
And he's done a hell of a job, man. He gets these guys ready to play. And, I know they beat the shit out of Baltimore, a banged-up Baltimore team. But this game against the Chiefs, a division, a conference rival at this point,
Yeah.
and one of the best teams in the NFL, we've all been saying for weeks.
Yeah.
This is no
That's
small
big
victory.
time. That's big
Yeah.
time, man. And like they won the North. And no one was on the Bengals. Absolutely no one. I can't find a person besides obviously a Bengal fan was on Cincinnati winning the division.
No, we didn't
No
have them.
one. It was
I had
Cleveland.
Baltimore.
It was Cleveland or Baltimore, and then maybe like Pittsburgh.
I think we both knew they weren't going to be no punks,
Yeah,
the Bengals, but I didn't think they were going to be a team that could actually viably compete in the
yeah,
division against the big dogs.
yeah. But like it has been all year. I mean, we're doing weekly recaps and weekly, pick 'em shows. So it's hard to really stand your ground when things are changing 24/7. But the Bengals were like literally one of those teams. One week will be like, oh, they're really good. They beat Baltimore, they beat the shit out of them, and then they'll lose to the Jets. It's like, man, they'll win two, lose two, win two, lose two.
Yeah.
Today, I finally felt like they took a big step forward. I'm not saying they're going to be a Super Bowl contender, but man, like
I watch
they're
out for
ahead
them.
schedule. Yeah, they're ahead schedule. And you know how I am, how I like to cross link sports, man. They're kind of reminding me of the Atlanta Hawks, a team
Ooh,
where
I like that.
you
I
know what I
like
mean?
that.
A
That's a
team
good
that's very
analogy.
young and maybe they're just going to hit their stride sooner than people
I
think.
think you can compare Burrow to Trey Young because we know Trey Young. He's a confident guy, walks in, he thinks he's the best player.
Right.
And maybe the Hawks weren't as good as the Sixers, but they still got there. So maybe this team doesn't know how good it is, and it doesn't think, oh, we're supposed to lose. We're supposed to lose
Right.
when we play the
Yeah, Burrow doesn't know any
Titans.
better.
Yeah, Burrow's the type of guy he thinks he's the best quarterback on the planet.
Right.
He's fucking he gives them a swagger. He's everything Baker thinks he is, dude. Like Baker has that same swagger, like, oh, I'm the
Yes.
bad man. But Burrow really is the bad guy.
Yeah. The one thing that scares me is I do want to bring this up before we get off this topic. Fourth down call.
That was stupid. Just kick
That
it.
it was stupid.
Just kick
Just
it. There's no point.
that's
And I think the
insane.
Jets learned their lesson about going for it on fourth down this game, if that's a transition to where you want it to
Yeah.
go. But over aggressiveness from coaches, we've seen it all year. Shout out to Brandon Staley. He wasn't aggressive as I thought he was going to be today. But
Yeah.
a stupid time to go for it. Just kick your three. Your defense is good. The Chiefs hadn't scored in a while.
Really? I mean,
No timeouts. What do you
no
like 50
timeouts.
seconds? Like
I mean, they got
play the
bailed
game.
out. They got
Yeah.
bailed out. They winded up getting the automatic first down on the holding call or the pass interference
Hands
call,
to the
whatever it
face, whatever.
was.
It was some bull crap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some shit. I mean, they got bailed out, but Joe Burrow's hurt. Is there any injury
They said he's
report
fine.
on him?
They said he's
He's
fine. He
fine?
just twisted his knee. And like I said, next week, I think he'll have plenty of rest one.
Yeah. So I don't like the call by Zach Taylor, but you know what? That doesn't take away on what they did during the game. I wanted to bring up during the game before I brought up the fourth down call because I thought it was really stupid. I don't know why, like some teams just overthink it. I think teams are overthinking it, especially when they're playing against guys like Brady and Mahomes. They're automatically thinking, okay, if we don't score a touchdown here, they're
Oh,
for
we're
sure gonna
done.
kick a field. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're done. We're donezo. And it's just like, yeah, but damn, give yourself a fucking chance, dude. Like, it's not like the Bengals got a terrible defense, you
No.
know?
Even the Jets won. Even as good as they played, they were like, "Oh, we have to get." They could have went up by 7 with a minute to go, basically no timeouts for the Bucs, and they're like, "Oh, let's just go for the jugular. We have to. There's no way we can win this game." And you know what?
Yeah.
They lost. Something else pretty big happened in that game for the Bucs. Yeah. I'll let
Well,
you talk about your boy. I let you talk about it.
let's look. I'll have a good way to transition to it, man, because I want to talk about the Raiders. Okay, I
Oh, of
know
course. So let's
we're
talk about
20.
someone's
We're,
former team real quick.
yeah, we're 23 minutes in, and I know my Raider brethrens are like, where the fuck is the Raider content at? I'm listening for 23 minutes and I haven't heard nothing about the Raiders yet. So
I got
the
down to a fucking time. You're like, oh,
the Raiders today beat the Indianapolis Colts, man. And it was I thought, first of all, one of the best officiating games I've seen this year by far. I thought it was officiated great. I don't know who exactly the call was, the crew, but goddamn, you guys need to do the Super Bowl. Like, it cannot be fucking Ed Hockley's son. Garbage ass. Like, but
Sean Hawk.
yeah, I'm the Raiders. To me, the first drive of the game, best drive of the season. Josh Jacobs looked amazing. Carr was hitting. Like, I always tell people this, Max, especially like my brother when I'm watching the Raiders with him. You just have this feeling on how the game's gonna go with Carr and the Raiders in general. From the get-go, you kind of already sense it. Like, if it's early on and they're struggling, he's missing passes, they go 3 and out, probably not gonna be a good game. But for some reason, if they wind up coming out and he's hitting passes and the run game's getting started, it's gonna be a good day. And off bat, that's how it seemed to me. Like, I
Well,
felt
one,
like,
let's just say I'm a casual Raider fan, and I just look at the stats because I just want to bring this up real quick. I see 24 for 31, 255, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. How good did Derek Carr play to you? Just because I'm just saying, if I'm a casual person, I look at that. I'm like,
yeah,
well, it doesn't seem like he really lit the world on fire.
box score didn't tell how amazing. I wouldn't say amazing, how well Derek Carr played. And it just goes to show you, don't look at box scores, ladies and gentlemen, because The 2 picks, the first one, I thought it was a calculated risk. First of all, it was a pick that ended up on the other side of the field. So essentially, it was a punt. It was a good matchup. Deshaun Jackson on Isaiah Rodgers. He underthrew it slightly. Sean Jackson didn't fight for the ball, and it was a pick. Okay, they didn't get any points off of that turnover, which was great. The second pick, I mean, god damn, it was just an amazing play by the
The
best
best linebacker
linebacker
in
in
football.
football.
Yeah.
I was telling Max this earlier. I haven't seen anyone get an interception like that since Brian Urlacher.
Can I explain what you said when you were like, man, like I don't I don't know, man. Like Darius Leonard, man, dude is just crazy.
He's
Dude is just
fucking crazy.
crazy.
He's fucking
Like
crazy. He is
this dude didn't
nuts.
even make the tackle. Was like, woo, whoa, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh my god, dude, he's crazy.
He's a freak, bro. He's a freak. He's an absolute freak, man. He's becoming one of my favorite players in football by far. And he made an amazing play on the ball. He broke off of his zone and coverage, and that's just players having a feel for the game, like instincts. Like that's where instincts come into play. And he made a great play on the ball and he picked it. Thank God, no points off turnover. Okay. But those were the 2 interceptions. And besides that, I thought Carr played fucking phenomenal, bro. Like,
I mean, the last play to Hunter Renfro, he steps up in the pocket, evades the rush, throws a
and that
dime.
was
Kenny
a
Moore had a
big
rough
thing.
day. Juan
Hey
was
man,
pouring
hey
on my
look,
little
look,
boy,
look,
Kenny Moore.
look. I was screaming during the game, fucking talking shit about Kenny Moore. You know what though? It was a fucking it was a battle. It was a great. If you want to see slot play in action like best on best, go back and watch the film on Kenny Moore and Hunter Renfro because it was great. Like Kenny Moore, I'm not gonna lie, Kenny Moore got him a couple of times, but it
Special
was
players
great,
too,
dude.
Juan. Special
Yeah,
players too.
it was a great matchup though, man.
Hey,
It was
Cooper Cup doesn't win every route, and I think Hunter Renfro he's the poor man's Cooper Cup in my bet. Just because you
I
think they
heard
come
you say
from a
that
similar
earlier today.
offense. I'm
I
not
would
trying to
just
say because they're both little white boys. I'm just saying they play similar roles, similar size, build.
yeah, I would
Cooper Cup's
disagree
good
though.
looking Hunter Renfro, bro. Hunter Renfro with good head of hair. You know, being in a
Yeah,
similar hair predicament as Hunter, I can say it.
Renfro Renfro's the tech guy, bro. But yeah, they ended up limiting the big plays from Jonathan Taylor. This is the first time that the Colts lose with Jonathan Taylor having 100 yards plus on the ground. I believe to me, I counted only 2 explosive plays by Jonathan Taylor. And I think that's a win every time, you know? And that's what you kind of got to live by. You got to make Carson Wentz beat you.
And bad Carson today. Bad Carson. And
Bad Carson.
I don't want to say a bit I don't want to say an excuse for him, but it seems like every time he finds his footing like he gets a week off or he hurts his ankle or like
Yeah.
COVID, he didn't get to practice the whole week. And I don't know if that's what caused him to struggle, but he was bad. He threw a
One of the
touchdown that was literally 2 Raiders running into each
yeah.
other. And I was like, okay,
And it was
that's how bad it was.
yeah, and he got a gimme. Like one of those touchdowns that he scored where he threw it up in the end zone and
Yeah.
Casey
Prayed.
Hayward and Morrig literally fucking who's gonna get it? Like,
Yeah.
oh, I got it. And it fucking bounces off and T.Y. Hilton catches it in the end zone. I mean, that was just a fluke play, man.
Yep.
But other than that, it was really at the end of the half where they had their little moment where Daniel Carlson were up by 10, kicks it out of bounds. They get it on the 40. Carson Wentz goes down the field. That was the best they looked with Carson Wentz, honestly, was that little tiny 40-second or 35-second drive that they had from the 40. But other than that, I thought we got pressure on him. He was doing some Carson Wentz last year in Philly type of shit where he was trying to get rid of the ball at weird angles. And only if the fucking Raiders were better at tip ball drills, we would have picked it. But they're terrible. I swear, dude. I want to say
No,
this.
you guys are bad. No, not a lot of ball skills in that
So,
secondary.
no ball skills. And motherfuckers, you guys are not Darius Leonard. You guys are not Peanut Tillman. You guys are not Charles Woodson. And I'm talking to Nate Hobbs. I love Nate Hobbs. You my boy. But god damn, you don't know how to punch out a ball, dog. I swear. He literally missed the sack because he was trying to punch out the ball from Carson Wentz.
And
Like
Carson
just
Wentz is the type of guy, if you don't like get a good grip, he'll break
yeah.
that sack.
He's like trying to rip the ball, and it's like, asshole. Don't forget to fucking tackle the guy.
Yeah,
You know?
that's kind
But
of
the
bad.
Raiders are terrible at that. This team in particular. But we got the win. Derek, I knew automatically when they were driving downfield for that last one to kick a field goal to tie it. This is what we wanted. This is what I always want with the Raiders. DC with the ball, Derek Carr with the ball with less than 2 minutes to go is money in the fucking bank, bro. 29 today has 29 game-winning drives. And I think we got one of the best kickers in the league in Daniel Carlson, who's ice cold in his veins with game-winning field goals. And that's what it came down to. It was a big play to Hunter Renfrow, big play to Zay Jones, and that was it. Like,
And
it was a
the last
gritty
play
ass
to Hunter
win.
Renfrow, Kenny Morse touched him, which made it 100% worse. That was one of the rare
Yeah.
cases. I was like, man, if they score, the Colts maybe have a chance. But that was some. The
That was
refereeing was
it.
good in this game. That's the correct
It
call.
was. It was.
It's good when the referee. It's usually better when less is more. That's the way I would look at it as a referee. Less is more.
Right.
If it's egregious, call it. If not, and we were talking about this. Well, I said it to you. I said, man, if you factor out two of the most catastrophic off the field things I've ever seen for a team, and the Gruden thing just gets weirder and weirder with him suing the NFL. And I mean, I'm just going to say a fact, not defending John Gruden. They weren't even looking for John Gruden when they got him. They were looking at Daniel Snyder.
Yeah.
And then Henry Ruggs being a dummy and
Yeah.
making a life-altering decision, not only for him, but for an innocent person.
Right.
Those are two really tough things to come back from.
Yeah.
And this Raider team has fought. We wrote them off, both of us. One has,
Multiple
I have.
times.
And I was like, you know what? That's why I can't trust these fools because, it's just too much. The camel's back's broke. But you know what?
Yeah.
It's not broke. And next week we have a showdown between the Chargers and Raiders for a playoff spot. Winner goes. And the Colts have to beat the Jags. So I think we're safe on that one. I think we'll be okay.
So the scenario, the scenario that the Raiders can still get in with losing is the Steelers need to lose one of their two games coming up, and Jacksonville needs to beat the Colts, which, like Max said, not happening probably. But the bottom line is that the Raiders, through all the shit that they've been through, have a chance to go to the dance, bro, to go to the playoffs. And the year that they've had, that's an accomplishment, man. And I felt like today the organization was in balance. Like, everything might have changed today if we didn't win. I think it was down to like Carr being our quarterback, Mayok's job, all the players on that team. Like, I think it was the difference between we win, okay, we got something here. And then on the other side, if we would have lost that game, it would have been clear house. We're fucking done.
But you know what, one, you say all that, and I do commend the Raiders for their toughness, but if they drop an egg against the Chargers, it's kind of just like, what is this team? And that's what we have to see. If I'm a Raider fan and we lose next week, it hurts, but it's about, do we show heart? Do we fight?
Exactly.
Do we not just say, hey, you know what? We're fucking just happy to be here. We don't care. Like, I want to see the Raider players take it. I want to see them get a chance. The Chargers are a good team. They're desperate to win, get to the playoffs. They have this great new stadium. So do the Raiders. So let's see what happens next week. And I can't wait. I think it's going to be probably the game to watch.
Yeah. Hey, but hey, all you Derek Carr haters, come out the fucking play. Where are you guys at? They're probably waiting for next week, but
oh yeah, they're gonna say, well, if you guys give up 700 yards, it's Derek Carr's fault.
Yeah, I know everything's Carr's fault.
You think you'll see Waller next week? Because I mean, that's a big.
I hope.
Beast.
I hope. I've been hearing some weird rumors about Waller that I don't find true at all. That's totally out of character. I think it's just. I heard that he's upset with Carr, like he doesn't want to play with Carr.
That's why
I find that very hard to believe.
Yeah,
Not just because the fact that like Derek Carr is like like I'm trying to defend like he's a good quarterback, just on the part of the character that Waller is. Like Waller doesn't seem to be that guy at all. Like Waller's the type of dude like he's grateful for anything. Like the dude is fucking grateful for just being able to be in the
To
NFL
lace up
right
the
now.
cleats. I
Yeah.
know.
Like he could have been on the fucking streets.
Yeah. That's really
So
weird. That's a stupid rumor.
yeah, I think it's complete
I'm
BS.
kind of mad I asked you about it because that's something that's so stupid. I don't even want to. I don't
Exactly.
even want to. Yeah.
It's dumb. But something that is stupid that I promise that
Do you
we'll
mean
transition to.
someone is stupid? Someone who is
someone
stupid?
someone is very stupid, okay?
You have a picture
Antonio,
for us?
I do not, but I can get
Oh,
one. Why don't you go ahead and tell the story, Max, on what happened?
let me paint you a picture, Juan. Juan, you're the best receiver in football. Okay. You get traded to an organization that really wants you after you pissed off the last team that like really gave you the freedom to do whatever you want. So you get traded to this new team. They give you a contract, a contract, brand new one. Pay your ass, get your money. But right before the season, you get frostbite on your feet because you're an idiot. And then you yell at the GM, you say he's a bum, and you get cut by that team. Imagine that. You get cut by a team that just traded for you. You go play one game in New England, which you won't really spend a lot of time on, but then you get, you threaten an Uber driver, U-Haul, whatever. You're out of the league. But the one of the most talented teams in football the next year is like, you know what? Let's bring in Antonio Brown. Let's bring this guy in. We can win a Super Bowl with him. You have Tom Brady's fight for you. That's not yet. Take it off. You're ruining the flow of the story. Okay, so Tom Brady's like, AB's my guy. Fuck it, bring him in. You win a Super Bowl, Juan. You win a Super Bowl. Sorry, bring in my guy Juan. Sorry, I forgot the story was about you. But bring him in. You're like, yeah, this is great. Next season starts. You have a pretty good role on a stacked team. But oh yeah, I'm sorry, Juan. I'm sorry. The Bucs said, hey, you fuck up one time, you're out of here.
Right.
So you lie about your vaccination status. You say, oh, I'm vaccinated. I'm great. I'm taking my shots. I feel like $1,000,000. Oh yeah, we found out that was a lie. So you fucked up. Guess what that team does, Juan, that says, hey, you mess up one time, you're out of here. Guess what they do, Juan? They stick
let him
by
play.
you.
They
They
let him
stick by
play.
you.
And after the fact that they said no monkey
Yep.
business with Antonio Brown. First mess up and he's gone. And you actually mess up and they keep you.
And you know what? You know what pissed me off the most last week is when they were like, hey, can you just talk to us about how you feel about Coach Arians? Like he said, if you messed up one time, you're out of here. But he stood by you. What does that mean to you? He goes, next question. That's drama. Hey, asshole, didn't you make the drama?
We gotta make that as a fucking sound snippet, bro.
Next question. No drama.
No drama. Next question.
Okay, so now we're at what happened. Something happened with Tom Brady. This fool took off his fucking jersey.
For the people who are watching us on YouTube, I'm sorry for the audience listeners.
That's actually the last picture we ever have of Antonio Brown.
That's the last image that we have of AB. So apparently something happened on the sidelines where, oh, that's just me. There we go. Something happened on the sidelines where he was refusing to get in. No one knows what happened. No one
I'm
knows
looking it
if
up
they
just because
benched
I was
him,
like, I haven't heard anything.
if they benched him, or he was mad because they weren't playing good or they weren't throwing to him. I don't know. But there's multiple different angles that people have caught where they were asking him to come in and he refused to get in the game. He was having a hissy fit. He was fucking, being drama. Mike Evans trying to calm him down at all costs, telling him, bro, just stop. Keep on your jersey. Like, don't take it off. Calm down. Blah, blah, blah. AB's not fucking having it. AB takes off his jersey and his pads, leaves it under the bench. Then he has an undershirt on, throws it to the crowd, throws his gloves in the crowd, and fucking says, peace out. I'm fucking out of here, and leaves the stadium, bro. During the game.
Told ESPN that he was not benched at all. He quit. He didn't even fly home on the team plane.
I wouldn't want him on the fucking plane.
No,
Fuck
fuck
him.
that.
But Arians, after the game in the press conference,
He
literally put
asked
the
the
nail in
state
the coffin.
trooper one for a ride to the airport.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Arians
god,
cut him in a press conference. I think that's the
that's
first
awesome.
time I've ever seen a player get cut in a press conference.
They didn't even say we're gonna do this internally. They're like, bye,
No
Felicia.
fuck. Yeah, like no, nothing wasted. No time wasted.
Couldn't happen to
Like,
a nicer
yeah,
guy.
he's done.
Couldn't happen to a nicer fucking guy. And
And
then they won the game without him too. So
yeah,
take that to the rack.
and I asked Max this earlier. I said, is there a team out there that AB still has a chance to be in on? And
Dallas.
Max, and what'd you say, Max?
I said there's no chance. I said fuck him. I hope he's played his last down in professional football.
And the team that probably will take him is the one he just fucked it up with.
Oh yeah, the one team I was like the one team that would put up with his shit. I mean, dude, I just don't think it's any way to act. I mean, you could say whatever you want about it's not sports. I'm like, where's the loyalty, AB? They showed you loyalty. They didn't even go. They didn't even follow the guidelines they set in place for your punk ass.
He is such a
So,
fucking good player,
so
too,
that's what
man.
I said. When the Raiders got him, what did they do anything wrong by him? One, did they not pay him the money? Did they not
No.
do all this shit for him?
Look,
And he just shit on that.
he
He just shits
he
on people who
he
try to help
quit.
him.
You know what Antonio Brown is? He's a fucking quitter. That's what he is. To me, he's a quitter. He quit on 4 teams. Quit on the Steelers last week of the season. A lot of people don't remember that.
Oh yeah,
When he
no,
had
he
the
quit.
fucking with the fucking big old fur coat
Mm-hmm.
and he was out the last week of the season.
I think they needed to win that game too.
Yeah. Quit on the Steelers. Raiders gets traded to the Raiders. Quits on the Raiders because they don't want to fucking fix this fucking helmet issue. Second team.
That the NFL's did, not the Raiders.
Exactly. Third team. New England Patriots. Quits on them because they have to release him after the fucking sexual harassment shit.
And the U-Haul driver assault.
And the U-Haul driver assaulting. And then number 4, quit today on the Bucs.
What was your favorite one, Juan?
Steelers, man. I wish I can get
I do
Steelers
like a
AB.
good fur coat one. I do enjoy
You
a
know
nice
what I mean?
fur
Like, that's
coat.
like the typical like diva stuff. That's where you cut the line. That's where you draw a line and be like, all right, that's it. All this other shit, frozen feet, calling fucking GMs crackers, fucking writing in air blimps to fucking training camp, refusing to wear a new helmet, fake vaccination cards, assaulting U-Haul drivers. Where the fuck does it end? And as crazy as that sounds, with all that said, what did I say, Max? I said there's one team left in the NFL that I legitly think has a chance to signing him. I'm not saying it'll turn out well. I'm not saying it'll turn out good. I think at a certain point, you got to be like, okay, well, this guy's fucking, it's over. It's done. Is the LA Rams. The Rams have a lot of characters on their team. They're going all in. They're an all-in team. It wouldn't be crazy if they signed him. That's just my
What
opinion.
about the Cowboys with the loss of Gallup?
I don't think so. Cowboys,
you don't think they're crazy enough to sign AB?
No, they're not crazy enough to sign AB. He
I
wouldn't
think
fit. He wouldn't fit. He wouldn't fit with the team. Like CeeDee Lamb, young guy. Like you need veterans. And that's what the Rams are. No one on the Cowboys is going to be able to tell AB anything. And you would think the one guy in the NFL that you had to pick that you're not going to disrespect as a wide receiver is Tom Brady. And
I mean, Tom Brady went to bat for him twice. He wanted him in New England.
And you would think that'll be the guy to fucking stop all this shit. And it wasn't. And I get it. I understand it. Look, if you're on the other side, like, fuck that. Don't give this guy another chance. He's a fucking asshole. He doesn't deserve it. I know. I get it. But the NFL is a fucking crazy business. They let a lot of people have fucking 13 chances at times, it feels like.
Josh Gordon's still in the league.
Josh Gordon is still in the fucking league. You know?
I do hope though, Juan, it's done for him.
Yeah. Of course. Everyone wants that. Yeah. Everyone wants that. I mean, not too long ago, he did win the Super Bowl with the Bucs.
Oh,
you know?
Can I update the story one? He posted a picture of himself saying Super Gremlin and released a song after the game.
Yeah, AB is probably done though, bro. He's probably done. Yeah. Though I would say this though. If the Rams are all in and they feel like they can handle them,
do it.
Sign them. I'm saying the Rams are the only team left. Because no one else in the league is going to be able to handle this guy or have a chance. Fucking AB, bro. RIP fucking AB's career. That is fucking terrible.
It went out kind of how it started, like a clown.
Yeah, and he's such a great player, man. Is this one of the best players in NFL history to be this crazy?
Yeah, definitely.
Who comes close?
LT, Lawrence Taylor. He's pretty crazy.
I don't even.
Well, I mean, okay, look, LT was a nut job, but he wasn't doing like all this, like, I'm taking off my shirt, leaving the stadium, quitting on my team. Like,
I'm talking about divas. I'm talking about divas.
A diva.
Not legal stuff.
I don't think T.O. was the diva that AB is. I don't think that's fair to T.O. I think AB is a different class of diva. Like, I never thought it was fair Odell was compared to AB. Yeah. Odell ain't never acted like this, bro.
No. Exactly.
Hey, shout out to him, though, for ruining his career. Shout out to AB.
Yeah, man.
Did you get what you wanted, bro? AB?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'd ask him.
I got what I wanted. I mean, I've always fucking said fuck AB as a Raider fan.
100%.
Know? But, hey, the guys, it's done now. Last time we will see AB ever on an NFL football
field. Can we power rank the clown exits from places?
Clown exits.
Yeah. So I think
Earl Thomas is up there.
No, just AP. Yeah, that's pretty clownish. But just AB's clown exits. So we have the 4 to choose from. What's the least worst one? Like, what's the least one? Like the least clownish? Probably the Patriots.
Yeah, the Patriots one with the whole that one. He got mad of something that had to happen.
Yeah,
like you couldn't.
The Patriots. Then who?
Then the Steelers.
The what?
Then the Steelers. Because the Steelers. Yeah, because the Steelers. It was like part of it was he was injured.
Yeah. Steelers.
Clownish. Okay. Number 2, Raiders. Number 1.
I would go Tampa, and then the Raiders.
Really? Yeah, probably. Yeah.
They didn't even suit up for the Raiders. And
part of the reason why he called Mike Mayock a cracker is because he was pissed off on the fact that they weren't going to pay him his bonus because he missed practice.
Yeah. Like every practice.
Yeah, like, dickhead, you're not going to get paid. He's like, what? What? Like, but yeah, like, he's fucking clown, dude. Let's move on to the NFC, man. Let's look at the NFC standings. We got the Packers at the 1 seed, Rams at the 2, Bucs at the 3, Cowboys at the 4. Those are your division leaders. The only people that have clinched is Dallas, Tampa Bay, and Green Bay, I believe. Yeah. The Rams haven't clinched their division, right?
Not the division, no, but they're in lock for the playoffs.
They're locked for the playoffs, but 3 out of the 4 teams there, except for the Rams, all those teams have clinched their division.
And Tampa still has potential to win the 1 seed. They need the Rams and Packers to lose.
So right now, after this week, the wild cards are the Cardinals, the 49ers, and the Philadelphia Eagles, who have clinched a spot in the playoffs. We don't know if they're going to be the 5 or the 6 or the 7, but they're in. Okay, they are fucking in. So I know Max is fucking happy about that.
Fly.
And then the Saints are on the outside looking in. They got one more shot at this. They need the Niners to lose next week, and they need a win.
Minnesota, I believe, is donezo too.
Right? Yeah, they got eliminated with tonight's loss.
Good. Yeah, well, good luck.
They suck.
Shout out to Kirk Cousins not worrying about COVID. What the worst time COVID could have hit his
I called it, didn't I? I mean, low-key, a lot of people called it. But remember, I was talking about that when we did our preview. I was like, I think a big, thing that sucks is if you have an unvaccinated quarterback, you're fucked.
Yeah, the Colts and the Vikings got bit in the ass by that.
And the Colts got lucky though because the timing it came, but the timing
Yeah,
for Kirk Cousins did not come well.
not at all.
Yeah.
So basically, we're left with the Saints as the only team that really has a chance.
Yes, they need the Niners to lose, which I think the Niners play the Rams one more time.
Oh my god! So the Niners could miss the playoffs.
Yes, the
Oh
Niners
my
haven't
god!
clinched.
If there's a God, I mean, excuse me. I know there's a God, but God, I need you to next week.
Let's see who
I
they
just
play.
saw Joey get 72 burgered in Madden.
Oh
Just
my
make that the
goodness.
cherry on top, man. I
Yeah,
think the Niners are safe,
they play the
but I can't
Rams.
lie. Trey Lance wasn't the best looking quarterback I've ever seen. One.
Hey man, let's talk about it. What were your thoughts on Trey Lance?
Well, he was trash for a majority of the game. The first half was bad. I saw a couple good throws. I'd say a few good throws, a handful of good throws where I'm like, yeah, I saw some athleticism. I don't think he's prepared to play in the NFL. Like me and you talked about it. You talked about it, and I was like, oh, yeah, that fool got popped by Justin Reed. He took
Yeah,
a read option one. I know you know the point I'm talking about. He's on the left side of the field, and he is the most casual fucking guy I've ever seen. And Justin Reed's like, I'm pretty good. I know I play on a shitty team, but I'm pretty good.
yeah.
And he stuck Trey Lance. And I was like, what is this fucking guy doing? Like, there's ballers on bad teams in the NFL. And it just, to me, it didn't look that great. And, I got to give kudos to Joe. He basically called the stat line like 15 for 25, 250, 2 touchdowns. He didn't talk about the pick he threw. That was egregious.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's what I saw one. I didn't see anything to make me think, wow, this guy's the best. Or, wow,
I
this
liked
guy's got it.
the first half was I wouldn't say it was terrible. It was trash. I put a word on it. I thought it was a very underwhelming. It was an underwhelming first
Oh,
half.
well, say what you said. Don't
No,
clean
it
it up.
was. No, it was
Don't
though.
clean
It was an
don't clean it.
underwhelming. It was an underwhelming first half. And
Oh.
the second half, he played a little bit better. You know, Kyle Shanahan got in his bag and got this boy some really good play calls, and he looked great.
And the Texans, they just couldn't keep going the defense. They played their
The
game.
Texans
It's
had a
just
lot of missed opportunities though, man,
yeah.
in the first half. That the way that the Niners were playing in the first half, the Texans should have been up 17-0. Straight up. They had missed opportunities on picks. They weren't doing much on offense. David Mills did not look good today. And that was probably like the guy who takes a heat check shot and bricks it, made two straight, took the third one and he airballed it. That's what David
Yeah,
Mills did today. He airballed his
definitely.
shot. So Trey Lance, though, on the other hand, Max kind of talked about it on that play. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that I see in the future that I don't like the way that they ran him. I think if you want this quarterback to be the guy of the future, the way that they're running these read options and the way he's putting his shoulder into these defenders, that's not a good recipe for a long-term quarterback. I don't give a fuck if he ran over guys in fucking triple A, double A fucking
So you know
college.
how when the draft was happening, we talked about who's like the most athletically gifted quarterback, and there was a lot of people that said Trey Lance, and we
Yeah.
were. I think me and you were on the Justin Fields is like a grown ass man out there.
Yeah.
I think after I saw it today, it confirms that physically, I still think Justin Fields is on another level than Trey
Yeah,
Lance.
he is. Physically, he is.
Yeah, it's
And
speed,
the name of
power,
the game,
moves, all
I
of it.
wouldn't say power. I would say Trey Lance does have power, but there's levels to this shit. What's power with Josh Allen and what's power with Trey Lance? Josh Allen got true power. Josh Allen will fucking stiff arm your ass to the ground. Trey Lance don't have that. You know, he had it in college, but this is grown man strength, bro. I didn't see it today. When someone gets fucking hit, you know someone has that reach, that extra gain. When you get hit, you fall forward. I didn't see that with Trey Lance. He gets hit, boom, you go down. Like that's what it was from a safety. I don't care how good people are arguing that Justin Reed is. That's a safety. You're supposed to go forward. at the player
And
that
it's not
everyone
a
thought that
big
Trey
Cam
Lance
Chancellor
was.
safety. Justin Reed ain't a
No,
big dude,
no.
like
So that was a
5'9",
big sign.
180 pounds.
That was a huge sign for me. And yes, I know people are going to argue, hey, he's going to be in the NFL for years. Like, let him get bulked up. Guys get bigger. Yeah, I know. But it's not natural. Like Josh Allen was doing this his rookie year. That's true power.
Justin Fields has done this shit his rookie year where he's
And
punished
look,
defensive backs.
and this is the difference, man. When you're going to be a quarterback that has speed or a quarterback that runs out of the pocket, what do you got to be, Max? You got to be smart. These are where this is where these quarterbacks make a living. Russell Wilson, even Joe Burrow,
Honestly,
Patrick
Lamar Jackson
Mahomes,
won. Lamar Jackson, as fast as he is,
Lamar
he
Lamar
doesn't get
Jackson.
popped.
Yes. Yes. None of these guys get popped. They conserve their body. Trey Lance, on the other hand, I didn't see that. Yes, it's a learning curve. Yes, he's a rookie. But I don't like the sign so far. I'm going off of what I've seen. I don't like it. And honestly, I'm kind of scared for the Niners. If I was a Niner fan, I'll be kind of fucking worried about our future with Trey Lance. I don't like what I've seen so far. This second half was all play design. It was great play designs with Debo. It was just Debo Samuel being better than the other guy. That's what it was to me.
I mean, the touchdown he threw was wide open. That's not a sustainable
Yes.
model in the
And
NFL.
yes,
Sometimes you
and
have to throw guys open.
yeah, and I was telling Joey this during the game. I said, honestly, I would like to see Trey Lance throw it a little bit more, change up the scheme. Let me
Yeah.
see what this guy can do against coverages. But I think it's obvious. It's obvious that Kyle Shanahan doesn't trust him. We've been saying that from the get-go. That was a big reason why he stuck with Jimmy Garoppolo. But it's safe to say Jimmy Garoppolo's healthy next week. He's going to play. It's
Yeah.
not
I
going to
mean,
be
it's a
Trey
must-win
Lance.
game. I don't think Trey Lance should play.
Right.
If Jimmy's anywhere near healthy, I wouldn't even. I
And you know
didn't see
what?
enough from Trey Lance today.
And you know
Juan, I
what,
want to talk
Max?
about. Go ahead, Juan. Go ahead. I'll talk about
And you
it.
know what, Max? I was talking to another 49er fan today at this week at work. Shout out to Robert. I was telling him Trey Lance had his opportunity to switch the coaching staff's mind with the Cardinals. Every rookie QB or every player in general, when they get their chance, Max, in all sports, you need to do something to the point where you're going to convince them to go with you. Like he had his chance and he got a second one today and it still wasn't enough. That's alarming. Yeah. That's alarming to me, especially when you're competing against a guy in Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, I want to say two things real quick, one, and we can wrap it up. One, I don't like his delivery of the football. It's not Tim Tebow. That was an exaggeration, but he brings it down low. It's it's a circle. It's not like a quick little Aaron Rodgers flick of the wrist. I don't like that. And I want to say, Juan, do you remember Mitch Trubisky when he was running all over the place?
Yes.
I feel like I've been more impressed. I was more impressed by Mitch Trubisky running all over the place than I have been Trey Lance.
Man, yeah, that's tough to say.
I mean,
but it's
am
true.
I crazy?
No, it's true.
I don't think so.
And
I mean,
look,
obviously, it's only 2 games. Obviously,
yeah, two and a half.
We understand
game
2 games. We understand
2.5 game sample.
From what I've seen, and especially for what this kid was hyped to be,
yes,
like they talked about him like he was RG fucking 3 back there running the ball.
And these are the kind of opportunities you grasp. You fucking you take
Juan,
it.
it's not like they're so attached to Jimmy G.
Right,
they're trying to get rid of him.
That's my thing. And I know people are going to say,
John Lynch likes to tweet saying, let's leave his ass in Nashville.
Right. And this is the difference. Look, I know people are going to call us out and be like, oh, give fucking Zach Wilson that same energy. Give Trevor Lawrence that same energy. You know what the fucking difference is? These guys aren't playing with George Kittle, all pro tight end. These guys ain't playing with Debo Samuel, fucking Pro Bowl receiver. Trent Williams, best left tackle. Kyle Shanahan, one of the best play callers. Defense with Nick Bosa. The
Niners had a
team.
bad team last year because of injuries, not because of talent. And they're not dumpster fires whose coaches is touching women in bars who aren't his wife.
Right.
Shout out to you-know-who.
Yeah, and this is different. This guy's in a different type of situation. So I'm sorry. Unfortunately, the expectations are higher. That's just the name of the game, bro. And the 2 opportunities that he's had, he didn't grasp it.
Hey, and guess what, guys? Trevor Lawrence was ass today. Hey, Juan, was Trevor Lawrence terrible today?
Terrible. Trash. Got
Yeah.
his fucking shit kicked in.
Again, when you're surrounded by trash, sometimes you
Yes.
look like trash, and Trey Lance is not
Right.
surrounded by
And
trash.
look,
He's surrounded by infrastructure that
yes.
other rookies don't have access to.
Right.
And two, they're trying to get rid of their quarterback. They're
Yeah.
trying to get rid of Jimmy G to give Trey Lance the keys. And if I'm a Niner fan right now, I don't love what I see. By no means is this the story of Trey Lance's career.
No.
He could
Yeah.
be totally wrong. He could totally figure it out by next year. But I don't think he's ready this year.
No. I agree, man. Anything you want to hit on, Max, before we go? I know we left out a lot of teams
Just
that
throw up
we could.
the standing real quick so I can see. I'm sorry.
I got you.
Shout out to Aaron Rodgers, who might have locked up MVP tonight. The Rams had a gutsy win against Baltimore. I just
Yeah.
want to say this about Baltimore. They're done. They're not going to make the playoffs more than likely, but that's a good football team.
Yeah.
That's a well-coached team that fights. And they kept it competitive with the Ram team that's really good.
Yeah.
And other than that, I mean, Cowboy fans, this is why we don't trust y'all. Cardinals, this is why we don't trust y'all. It's like, you can't trust y'all, man.
I think Dallas and Arizona literally played each other today. They're the same type of team. Shitload of talent everywhere, but you just cannot trust them. You don't know what team you're going to get week to week. They're both have two coaches that are a little, as I like to call, shaky, baby. They a little shaky, dog. I mean, that's the way it is. But I don't trust Arizona for a Super Bowl contender, and I do not trust Dallas. Dallas, you guys are good, man. You guys have talent. I like your quarterback. I like the defense. Actually, love the defense. But I don't trust you guys. Right now, just off the top of my head, Max, and the top of yours, let's go ahead and say our Super Bowl contenders as of week 17, and we'll end it off there.
Okay. You can go. Let's start with the NFC. I'll go first. I would say Green Bay, the Rams, the Buccaneers. I want to say the Niners, bro, but I don't think so. With the quarterback position being in such flux, I can't go with them. So I would say the Packers, the Rams, and the Buccaneers.
Yeah, same here.
Cowboys
Packers,
and Cardinals are in the next tier down.
Yeah.
Philadelphia, San Francisco, and everybody else is in there. Like, they would need a million things to happen.
Do you think Philly has a chance to win a playoff game?
I think they do have a chance because they're assholes to play. They have the run.
They have
game.
an identity.
They have an identity. They have a decent defense. I would say a good defense. I'm not going to undersell my Eagles right now. Jalen Hurts scares the shit out of me. Yeah. He really does still.
When it comes a game where they're going to make them throw, depending on who they play, that's where it's going to be trouble. But 100% agree with you. Packers, Rams, Bucs. I think that's it in the NFC. Those are the Super Bowl contenders. Let's go ahead and move to the AFC. I'm going to start it off first. Straight up, I think there's only really three here. I think it's the Titans, and I'm going to say this.
Wow, you're
I'm going to say this. Derrick Henry with Derrick Henry.
Okay.
Let me even he doesn't even have to be 100%, Max. I think if they can
dressed up, ready to be there.
Yes. Dressed up, ready to go, healthy. That's it. Like, let me get 75% Derrick Henry. And I like it. And if Julio gets back, I really like them for a Super Bowl contender getting healthy at the right time. Chiefs and Colts. That's it. 3 teams. I don't think no one else. I don't see the Patriots. I don't see the Bills. Bengals. Let me see. Maybe they can get to the AFC Championship, but I think I can guarantee they're not going to win the Super Bowl or get there.
New England had a couple weapons I was afraid of, I would pick them to be it. But
quarterback scares me with them.
Yeah, Mac scares me because Mac is just I don't like when a team has to go 15 plays, 75 yards every drive. I like when a team can just quick hit. Like, there's plays you can throw to AJ Brown, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, even Jamar Chase, Jonathan Taylor. There's nobody on New England. You're like, wow, that guy could go get me 7. So I will say my contenders are, one, I will go with the Titans because I think they're really well coached. They're a good team. They're the 1 seed for a reason, and they're banged up. Kansas City. And I'm going to say, I don't want to say the Colts. I just don't think Carson Wentz. So I would say it's those 2, and then everyone else is in a tier. But it's close. I feel like the Patriots can win one. The Colts can win. The Bengals can get hot at the right time. And the Bills. Josh Allen's good enough to almost make them a Super Bowl contender on his own. So that's what I would say.
The Bills, really?
But I feel like every team outside of Tennessee and the Chiefs, it depends on the matchup for the team. Like if the Bills get lucky and hit the certain couple teams, they can low-key win. But for the Titans and the Chiefs, don't matter who they play. They're going to be the favorite team.
That scoreboard for the Bills and Falcons game doesn't tell on how ugly it looked.
It was
for
disgusting.
The
It
Bills.
was bad. They should have bludgeoned them to death. But
Josh Allen once again.
It's too much, man. You can't have your quarterback play like that every game. It's ridiculous.
He's a fucking hoss, bro.
Yeah.
He's
like everything. I know he threw a couple picks but he's trying so hard to make plays. I can't even fault him. It's like you have to make plays like that.
Yeah. Josh Allen, man, as a runner though, I'm convinced he can play running back in the NFL. Like
he would die. He would just get his knees destroyed.
I know, but like he is so good as a runner, man. It's definitely he's great. He's great, man.
He's
amazing. I love that element, but their team's just not good enough as a whole.
So you're saying white people can be athletic in the NFL too?
Yeah, that's why I disagree with you with the whole Cooper Kupp and Hunter Renfrow. I think Cooper Kupp is the complete opposite, man. I would compare him to a guy like Devontae Adams. Like
I just think it's because I don't think the reason I don't say Cooper Kupp and Renfrow is because I think they're so predicated on being quick. I don't think they're fast, either of them. That's why. It's not. I have nothing to do with their white. It could be Taylor Gabriel, who was a guy who was based always on quickness. That's what I like about him. And I say the Gruden / McVay offense is similar, and those guys do similar shit in the offense.
I disagree. I think Cooper Kupp is very fast.
He's just Hunter Renfrow with nice hair, bro.
I don't think so. Cooper Kupp is fast, bro. He's strong.
He ain't fast. You're on drugs. He ain't never running away from people. He getting hawked down every fucking chance.
That's what you say about Devontae, but Devontae
like he getting hawked his ass too. His ass be getting hawked. You know Justin Jefferson Burner.
I think he has just enough speed as Devontae Adams.
I don't think those guys scare people with their speed. That ain't what's scaring people.
Hey man, he might end the year as one of the greatest receiving seasons past Calvin Johnson.
Oh, he needed that extra game, so I don't know if I can count it. But he having a hell of a fucking year, no doubt. All pro. Ooh, should we get our all pro teams ready?
Yeah, we definitely have to get them ready. Yeah. We'll try to let that out during the playoffs.
Should they rename the all pro team to all Madden team?
Yes, 100%. We're talking about that today. You brought it up to me.
I just wanted to ask you on the pod. I would agree with that. Mark Schlereth wore his all Madden jacket, and I was like, that's pretty dope. That's his flex right there.
Yeah. Hey, man, the ghost of Madden had a touch on the Raiders game today, man.
Is that when he made the two Raider guys run into each other and gave the Colts a touchdown or what?
Yep. He was like, let me make this interesting. Let me do it in dramatic fashion for these Raider fans. But, hey, man, we appreciate you guys rocking with us, man. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Shout out to everyone that supports us, bro. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. If you guys are already subscribed, hit the like button. It helps us out tremendously. Comment down below. Audio listeners.
Don't hit the like button. Just smash it. Smash it. The same way the Eagles smashed their way to a playoff berth.
Same way Antonio Brown smashed his way to the fucking couch
on the unemployment line with the
unemployment
boys.
line. Yeah, with fucking
Super
Antonio
grim.
Brown. Oh my goodness. Yeah, audio listeners, make sure to subscribe and 5-star rate us. It helps us out a lot. Write us a review if you guys can, if you guys have time. I enjoyed week 17. I'm ready for week 18. I'm so glad we got one more week of this. We'll see you guys Wednesday. Maybe this week we'll come out with an NBA podcast, give you guys a little bit of NBA content. Haven't talked NBA in a while.
There's a lot of COVID.
Russell Westbrook and the boys out here selling. But we'll catch you guys later, bro. Peace.